Hello, welcome to a read aloud of A Sesame Street Passover, Kippy and the Missing Matzah. Passover's coming up, so I figured this would be a great story to read aloud and share with you all. Elmo was very excited. Spring was coming. His friend Kippy, Kippy the porcupine, was visiting him from Israel, and Kippy was making a Passover Seder for all of his friends on Sesame Street. As Elmo helped set the Seder table, he sniffed. He could smell some wonderful smells coming from the kitchen. They were making him very hungry. Elmo couldn't wait for the guests to arrive. Soon the doorbell rang. When Elmo raced to open it, he found Big Bird standing there with Bert and Ernie. "Happy Passover, Elmo," Big Bird said. "Happy Passover, Kippy." "Happy Passover," echoed Bert and Ernie. Then Prairie Dawn arrived with Cookie Monster. After them came Henry Monster with someone Elmo didn't know. "This is my friend Zelda," said Henry. "She didn't have a Seder to go to, so I brought her with me. Is that all right?" "Of course it is," Henry said Kippy. "Everyone is welcome at a Seder. Come on in." Everyone stood around and admired the beautifully set table. Then it was time for the Seder to start. "Why doesn't everyone sit down?" Kippy asked. So everyone did. "What is the blue book next to my plate, Kippy?" Big Bird asked. Everyone else had one too. "That's the Haggadah," Kippy explained. "It's the book that tells the story of Passover." "What is Passover anyway?" Henry wanted to know. "Passover is a holiday that celebrates freedom," Kippy explained. "Many, many years ago, the Jewish people were slaves in ancient Egypt. The story of Passover is about how they became free people again. We tell that story every year at the Seder. We sing songs and have a wonderful time." "What is a Seder?" Prairie Dawn asked. "It's a special meal that we eat on Passover," Kippy replied. "And all of these are Seder foods. The matzah, for instance, is what the Jewish people ate when they left Egypt." "Which is the matzah?" Prairie Dawn looked confused. "It's right over there," Kippy said, looking at the table. Then he looked again. The plate that was supposed to hold the matzah was empty. "Elmo," Kippy said, "where's the matzah?" "Elmo doesn't know," said Elmo. "Big Bird, where's the matzah?" "Don't ask me," said Big Bird. "I'm not even sure what matzah looks like." "It's something you eat," Kippy said. "It's flat and crunchy and it looks a little like a big cracker. Has anybody seen it?" Nobody had. It's like that, right? "Elmo, did you put the matzah on the table?" Kippy asked. "No," said Elmo. "Did Kippy?" "No," said Kippy. "Maybe it's still in the kitchen." But it wasn't. "Elmo must have dropped the matzah on the way back from the store," Elmo said sadly. Then he brightened. "Elmo will go find it." "I'll go with you," Elmo said Kippy. "We'll go too," said Big Bird. "Maybe we can help." Outside, people hurried along Sesame Street. Some of them were headed to the Seders just like Kippy's. Old and young alike were gathering to celebrate the Passover holiday. "We'll go this way," Big Bird told Elmo and Kippy. "You go that way. Somebody is sure to find the matzah." "Good luck," said Kippy. Elmo and Kippy looked everywhere for the missing matzah, but it was nowhere to be found. "What are we going to do?" asked Kippy. We can't have the Seder without matzah." Just then, Elmo and Kippy heard a loud noise. "Crunch!" "What is that?" Kippy wondered. "It sounds like it's coming from Oscar's can," Elmo said. Elmo knocked on the can. "Oscar," he called. "What?" came Oscar's voice from inside. "Crunch!" Oscar popped his head out of his can, and there in his hand was a missing matzah. "That's it," said Elmo. Our matzah! Oscar found it. Matzah? Said Oscar, chewing on a piece. So that's what this is. Not bad. I bet it would be even better with some peanut butter and sardines. He bit off another piece. Crunch! Elmo needs it back, said Elmo. We can't have our Seder without matzah. But I'm hungry, said Oscar, and I like this matzah. Well then, said Kippy, I have an idea. Why don't you come to our Seder? There's lots of food there. Food? What kind of food? Oscar asked. Wait and see, said Kippy. I think you'll like it. So Elmo and Kippy took Oscar home with them. When they got to Elmo's house, everyone else was already back. Did you have any luck? Big Bird asked. Yes, Elmo said. We found the missing matzah. Yay! Everyone cheered. So where's the food? Oscar wanted to know. Here, Oscar, said Elmo, taking some off the Seder table. Try some of this. What is it? Oscar asked. Bitter herbs, Kippy said. What are bitter herbs? Oscar asked. A really yucky tasting vegetable, Elmo explained. Bitter herbs are supposed to remind us of how bad it is to not be free, Kippy added. Oscar opened his mouth. Be careful, Kippy warned. Then Oscar took a bite. First his eyes began to water. Then he sneezed. Not once, but 4 times. Powerful stuff, he gasped. These bitter herbs are all right. Here's something I think you'll like, Kippy said. It's a sandwich of bitter herbs and matzah. That's one of the things we eat on Passover. Great idea, sniffled Oscar. The Seder was a great success. Everyone listened while Kippy told the Passover story. And then they all sang songs and ate delicious dinner he had prepared. Later on, as part of the holiday tradition, Kippy hid a piece of matzah somewhere in Elmo's house. It was like a treasure hunt. Everyone had to look for it. And who do you suppose found the missing matzah this time? Oscar again. Matzah, bitter herbs, pretty tasty, he admitted. You know, Passover is a grouches kind of holiday. The end. This is a PJ Library book. I hope you all enjoyed that story, and if you celebrate Passover, I hope you have a great Seder dinner and a wonderful Passover holiday.